Shalom. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect. Let's pushing out this word throughout the four corners of the globe in sincerity and in truth for the edification of the house of Dawadah. This is why we do these lessons. Shalom. I hope you're in good spirits. It's your brother Shema Moth. Just want to get straight into the scripture. Quick lesson. And I'm entitled it The Believer's Rest and the Value of Rest. When we think of value, we think of worth. We think of what is considered to be important in the stage of your life or what you're going through. Let's get it on the regular dictionary. Let's look up value, meaning, the value of meaning, or the meaning of value. It says, the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. A person's principles or standards of behavior. One's judgment of what is important in life. Estimate the monetary worth of something. Consider someone or something to be important or beneficial. Have a high opinion of. Value is the monetary, material, or assessed worth of an asset, good, or service. Value is attached to a myriad of concepts, including shareholder value, the value of a firm, fair value, or market value. When we consider this truth, it has a weight, it has a measure, it has a value, it's assessed, right? And like it says here, appreciate, right here, appreciate, highly esteem, hold in high esteem. We hold this truth in high esteem. This is why we value it with our lives. This is what we do. Our personal preferences, our personal principles, and standards of behavior is based upon the value we hold as truth to. Ultimately, like I told Akim, ultimately is for that rest. The rest in the scripture talking about freeing yourself from work, freeing yourself from doing the work, because there's going to come a time when our value is going to be measured by the principle that we teach, by the doctrine that we teach, and the Lord is going to give us that rest. R-E-S-T. Now let's look up rest. Rest, it says, an instant or period of relaxation or relaxing or ceasing to engage in strenuous or stressful activity. Just living in Esau's kingdom is a stressful activity, and we find no rest here. This is one of the curses, that our foot will find no rest in America or Rome or Greece or anywhere that an Israelite is in this world throughout the four corners, right? We will find no rest. We will find no place of relaxation, a place of ceasing from or engaging in work. It says here, an interval of silence or specific duration, a time period. We had no time period from coming out of Egypt. It was always a strenuous activity to get to the promised land, to hold off the people around us in the promised land and those who came to destroy us or put us in captivity while we were in the Holy Land, Jerusalem. So there was never a time where we had peace except for Solomon's reign of 40 years. Right? King David was at war. All the other kings was at war. We got taken down by the Babylonians, the Assyrians, right? The Greeks, the Persians. There was always a time that we had no relaxation. We had no time of peace except for the 40 years, like I mentioned, of Solomon's reign. It says, cease from work or moving in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. Be placed or supported as to stay in a specified position. When was that? When we looking for this rest. We looking for this period of time. We looking for this relaxation. We looking for this rest. Now let's get the first scripture. This is Hebrews, the book of Hebrews. And the 4th chapter, we're going to start off with the first verse. It says, let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, and any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as to them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into that rest. As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the beginning of the world, or the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place of the 7th day on this wise, and Yahweh did rest the 7th day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest. Now, when you enter into this rest, or when you have this comfort or this tranquility or period of duration, that's in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Why? Why do we have this rest coupled with faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Is because of the promises. The promises that you will have this time. And this is our hope. This is our faithful comforter. This is our faithfulness in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because he's promised us a day where the 6 days we have to work regardless. But on the 7th, we get that true Shabbat. We get that true Sabbath day, a rest of 1,000 years. This is what the scriptures say. So this is why we put our faith and our hope into this day, because it's going to be a beautiful day. Okay? Let's get this next scripture. We look for this hope. Why? Because we are subject to our own ways, our own doings, and we were told that if we don't continue in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we will find no ease. Deuteronomy 28:65. It says, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Let's read this, 64. And Yahweh, that's Lord in all capitals, Yahweh meaning he is, shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Constantly moving, not being stable in our position, right? no period of time of relaxing or ceasing from work. But Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of life. So if we have this position that we're in, where our very life hang in doubt, we could step outside our home, right? Get splattered with a damn stray bullet. We could be minding our so-called own business, right? Get hit with a truck or a tire coming off the highway. This can happen because our life is in doubt, right? And we have no assurance of life. We can't say for sure what we're going to do in the next minute. We just hope and pray and constantly fear that we see the day that these curses is lifted off us, so we can have a rest. So we can. This is why it says have assurance and have rest in him, which is Yahweh Shai, who gives us that rest, because he did all the work for us. It was already done from the verb. In the beginning, 6 days he worked. On the seventh, he's rested from all the work. Let's get this. Matthew, the 11th chapter and 28. This is in red. It says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This is what we're looking for, right? This is why we value our position, why we value this truth, why we value these words, because it gives a promise of what we actually looking for. Rest from our weariness, rest from our failing eyes, rest of assurance of life, rest of our children, rest from our family members. We need rest for all the people in our lives that don't have rest. Our family, our fellow Israelites, our brothers, our children, our sisters. We want them to have this assurance of life and these curses lifted off us. This is why we value the truth, so we could get some of that rest. Yahweh Shai continues on and said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. You will find rest when you take on the yoke, when you take on the burden, take up the cross, your own cross, and learn of him. What did he do? What would he say? How would he follow? What would he do? For my yoke or my burden is easy and my burden is light. Everything, this struggle, your foot don't have no rest. All of these things are burdens, but it's easy when you have Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is all he asks. This is all he asks. What is required of thee? Deuteronomy, the 10th chapter. What is it required? What is the requirements? Verse 10. Now, let me start at 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of Yahweh and his statutes, which he command thee that day, this day, forever days, for thy good. Behold, the heaven and heavens The heaven and the heaven of heavens is Yahweh's thy power, the earth also with all that therein is. Only Yahweh had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed, you, us, them after them, even you above all people, is as it is this day. As it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. Very important. For Yahweh is power of the powers, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward. He do execute judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger in giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. That stranger is a fellow Israelite who don't know who he is. He's strange to the land, the customs, the inheritance, all of this knowledge that we have. Thou shalt fear Yahweh, thy power, him shall thou serve, and him shall thou cleave and swear by his name. He is thy praise, and he is thy power, that have done for thee these things and terrible things which thy eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons, and now Yahweh, thy power, have made thee as the stars of heaven for a multitude. He gave us. He showed us. He knows us. This is why you put the value on this truth. Last scripture, 1 Peter. 1st chapter, 13th verse. It says, wherefore gird up thy loins of your mind. Remember, circumcise your heart, circumcise your mind, cut off that foreskin and be no more stiff-necked. Circumcise the foreskin of your mind. Gird up your loins. Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lusts of your ignorance, but as he which have called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. This conversation is your conduct. Watch your conduct. Because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. And if you call on the Father, who without respect of persons judgeth according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear. For as so much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition of your father, right? You thought the value was measured by gold or silver or the tangible things or your possessions? No, but with the precious blood of Yahweh Shai, of a lamb without blemish and without spots. That was the sacrifice for Israel, the true sacrifice, Yahweh Shai, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you, for us, who by him do believe in Yahweh, that raised him up from the dead, and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the power. This is what it is. Our power, our value, our rest is in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, no other place. This is where we put our value. This is what we seek our rest. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect that's pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth for the edification of the house of Dawadah. We say shalom. Till next time.